Welcome back, class. I'm Matt, your guide here on Y Caliber. We're playing Star Wars The Old Republic with Valkeyn, our Imperial agent, and we're working on the Shadow of Revan. So we'll just see what our ally has to say to us, assuming she shows up. Oh, those two are totally flirting. Speaking of flirting, what was your hand doing down there, Valkeyn? Oh, glitchy textures.
You came. Good.
Well,
I'm aware I've been somewhat quiet following your
phrasing.
success on Tython. Don't mistake my reticence for apathy.
Let's go sit in this
Truth
table
is, I
I've
have
set
a
up.
great deal to say. Now that we're alone, we can have a real dialogue.
Darth Arcus wouldn't appreciate you going behind his back like this.
No, I don't imagine he would. Especially considering what I have to say. Darth Arcus wasn't entirely forthcoming about his reasons for invading the Jedi Temple.
You don't say.
Not even with me. He was after a very specific item. An artifact.
I overheard Arcus talking to Go. It did seem like they had some ulterior motive.
If I knew more, I could determine what that motive is. There's very good reason to be concerned about it.
Meaning?
I now believe that the Republic's attack on Korriban wasn't a retaliation for Tython. It was intended to coincide with our own attack.
Attacking Korriban while the Empire still held the Jedi Temple didn't make much sense to me at the time. It still doesn't.
Nor should it, not from our current vantage point. But a wider context may exist that could explain recent events.
Oh.
There's something in the Force that I've never felt before. It exists nowhere and everywhere at once.
Like my
writhing,
intangible
growing.
cloak.
That sounds ominous.
I think I sense this growth because I'm tied to it somehow. Maybe by association to Darth Arcus. I think the Empire's in terrible danger. Someone like you, Commander. Most would never trust you, but you're practically the only one I trust right now. Help me unravel this mystery.
Okay.
Potential rogue operatives. Galactic repercussions. You've got yourself an ally.
I knew I could
I
count
like
on you.
sneaking around.
I felt it. I'll see if I can't make sense of what happened on Tython and Korriban, and what all of this means. Whatever I find, I'll let you know as soon as I can. Stay vigilant, and may the Force ever serve you.
Yeah, well, the Force hasn't served me much. At all in my life. Oh, that's a bunch of common data crystals. I may as well take them, I guess. Imperial Assault HK customization, but I don't have HK-51. Oh well. We'll take the stuff and then we'll head over to Manaan. Manaan. Sorry about that. Clicked outside of the window. Let's take this horrendous mount I got. And head down to, where's the shopping things place? Oh, all the way in the other direction. That's fine. Need to go over there anyway and see if we can get any new stuff now that we're level 57. Speaking of which, combat training is on the other side. So we're going to go all the way around the circle just for fun. I hope you don't mind. This thing is very strange, but I kind of like it just for being so weird and ugly. You know my tastes. In terms of video game character design, big fan of weird stuff. So, where are the people from whom I would purchase level 50 some odd mods? So you're level 60, 56.
I've got the best hardware and the best prices. Good hunting.
So I've already got the 36s in, at least most of my equipment. Yep. Already checked that. Oh. Need a new enhancement. 2 new enhancements and a mod. Oh. 1 armor, 2 enhancements, 2 mods.
Looking to upgrade your arsenal?
Was this the one I was getting? I got 1 of each. And then the armor. It's all the same now, I think.
Good hunting.
Alright, so this one needed a new enhancement. There you go. Need a new mod enhancement in here. Stick with what's already in there. And 1 of each. Very nice. Obviously we can't get the level 60 stuff yet.
Come back anytime.
Maybe I will. But I also might not, so you're gonna have to just deal with the uncertainty. I hope you can manage. And if you can't, well, too bad. Alright, now we need to pop over and get our training in. Though we are going to be level 58 shortly, I think. Either way. Oh, you don't have anything for me?
Anonymity, deception. These are your tools. Trust no one.
Just this then. So, we got a new slot. We've just got toxic regulators last level. 30% reduced damage. Yep. So, heroic stuff. Series of snares. Slows the target. Crippling diversion. Slows all targets. Siege bunker. Could be useful. Oh, that's quite handy. Well, these are all pretty useful. I think I'm gonna stick with this one. Damage reduction and more ballistic shields. I just have to remember to use my ballistic shields more often, of course. Or these folks, Warzone folks. Alright then, let's get to our ship. Agent Hangar. Hangar right. Here we are. What do you think we're going to find on Manaan? Anything exciting or interesting? Or is it just going to be bad news all over the place? I'm guessing probably bad news all over the place, but some of it might be exciting or interesting bad news too. We can't just assume, you know? Sometimes news can be bad, but also interesting. Do.
Seeing you return to this ship always warms my circuits, Master. It reminds me I am still functioning.
Yeah, cool, man. Speaking of which, I think a bunch of my allies want to talk to me.
Blasted. You know what today is? Today is the day I've worked with you longer than any of my exes.
Aww.
Don't tell me you missed your chance to escape.
Normally at this point I'd skip out and go con someone new. But you've got me so freaking out of practice it's not worth the bother.
That's so
sweet. So I'll make you a
sweet.
deal. I'll stick with you, you keep me comfortable. I can live with this setup.
I can agree to that, Kalia.
Tell you what, I'll make it easier to live with. I've given up teaching you anything, but we ever get someone new, I'll show them the ancient blood traditions of rat attack, and maybe how to down a Rhodian ale without puking.
We'll keep that in mind for when we get a new companion, should that ever happen. Alright, who else? Scorpio.
I've learned to access your culture's holographic network. Listen. 18 trillion desperate attempts to communicate per second. I hadn't realized your species were so starved for interaction.
What have you discovered sifting through those transmissions?
I now understand your frustrations.
Oh,
I look
interesting.
at you and see neurons fire in your brain. I scan your body and know how you taste.
Ooh.
But you're blind, alone, and confused.
From now on, keep your scans to yourself.
I will not share future results. Our time together has provided new information and sensations. These will prove useful in a future upgrade.
That's nice, I guess.
My body requires improvement. You will provide a workshop and equipment aboard your ship.
Why would I help you improve yourself when you plan to kill me?
Until I am free, you rely on me to defend you. My optimization should be your goal. When I protected Mega Security Ward 23, Belsiphus Prison served as an extension of my immobile body. Now I must adapt for independent operation. This frame will be upgraded with physical enhancements, along with updated behavioral analysis capabilities and social programming.
I can see the use in upgrades. Take the space and equipment you need. Just don't take me for a fool.
Thank you. I will advise you if your assistance will be useful.
Maybe it will be.
I have been dissecting the droids and cyborgs we encounter during travel.
Of course you
I've
have.
proven adequate base resources to improve my chassis and power supply. Phase 1 of my upgrade is complete.
I assume there's a phase 2.
Yes. Synthesis. I must recompile my secondary programs to integrate recorded experience into my new iteration. I will learn from everything we've done.
Like anyone else would?
You're about to witness my personal evolution.
It's kind of you to share the moment with me.
I agree.
Sarcasm not
Thank you for
detected.
understanding. Upload initiated.
Is that supposed to happen, Scorpio?
The primitive vessel has insufficient power and storage capacity. I cannot complete the process.
Why do you need more power and storage capacity?
Recompiling programs is an intensive process. It requires data storage beyond what my body can supply, and systems capable of processing that data. I will identify a solution. Self-improvement and intelligence upgrades are my primary purpose, and you will not stand in my way.
Did I say I was going to? You're so paranoid, Scorpio.
I have fully processed the error I experienced during my upgrade.
Wonderful.
I require outside power and storage capacity. A cocoon for my metamorphosis, so that I may evolve.
If I help you evolve, will you help me in return?
I promise nothing, but I will consider your requests. Although
That's
neither my body
kinda
nor your
useless.
vessel is sufficient to my needs, you have encountered an adequate facility. Give me full access to your ship and security codes, and I will upload my consciousness into the Imperial Archives.
If I don't agree, you'll just do it on your own, so I will help under these conditions. You do nothing without my supervision, and you allow Dr. Loken to secure your systems. Clear?
Your conditions are acceptable.
Great.
I will begin preparations. The next time we speak, I will be ready to upload.
This is going to be a terrible idea. I love it.
Scorpio?
It is time for my upgrade as we agreed. I'm prepared for short-term transfer into the Imperial Archives.
I'll reroute power to the comms. What's our next step?
I can upload my consciousness here. My body will have minimal functionality while I upgrade.
Well, bye forever, Scorpio.
Oh, it's beautiful in here. So much space and power. 1 million computer nodes singing in concert.
Why do you look human?
I'm experimenting with new social constructs. It's part of my improvements.
I know someone you should meet.
All my experience in spell service has been fully integrated into my program. Oh, you can't imagine how wonderful it is to be remade with the power of a galactic network at your disposal.
Can you access HoloNet databanks, passwords, secure transmissions?
I want to be the NSA now.
Uploading. But there are other benefits. The restraining codes you used on me are tied to my hardware. So long as I remain in these databanks, I'm free of your control.
Remain in the databanks and you'll be limiting your options. It'll be like Belsavis all over. I've shown you things you'd never have seen on your own. Stay at my side willingly, and I'll show you more.
You make an interesting proposal. I will accompany you. Thank you for assisting in my upgrade.
Hey, anytime. I'm always happy to unleash potentially killer robots on the unsuspecting populace. I mean, wait.
In Belsavis prison, I monitored the inmates and their behavior. I've been monitoring you as well.
Don't do that
You're
anymore.
An exceptional example of your species.
Well, thanks.
Coming from you, that's quite a compliment.
You understand. There may be something of interest in your genetic structure or your early socialization. If you ever produce offspring, I will monitor their situation as well.
Right.
I promise to be with you for a long time.
Anyone else super creeped out by Scorpio? No, just me? Alright. Just thought I'd check in. How are you enjoying life in your puffy neck jacket,
Agent, we've
Vector?
had time to think since reuniting the Kilik colony. Not that our work hasn't kept us busy, but
I understand.
we didn't actually thank you for allowing our pilgrimage. You should come with us next time.
No need to thank me. You ever need support, just say the word.
We'll try not to make you regret that offer. In any case, we should get back to work. We promised Kalia we'd keep the hatchlings away from her quarters, which means some training is in order.
Cleo hasn't said much about you. Everything going all right?
After some early missteps, we're learning to tolerate one another.
So
we
nice.
no longer invite her to Dejaric games. She no longer spits in our tea. Give us a few months. We've negotiated with worse.
Oh, Victor. There's something
How are
weird
things,
going on with the
Vector?
texture
Agent,
on his weapon.
when we communed with the other nests, we saw a force for change in the galaxy. There are Kiliks as large as starships and as small as mites, joiners from 100 species on 1,000 worlds. We mean to report on the Kilik colony to the diplomatic service.
The colony's been in hiding for a long time. The Kiliks may not appreciate it.
We've shared thoughts with Daizana of the Lacey nest, and we've assessed the limits of their cooperation. If the service can make entreaties to the colony, if we make them an ally, we'll have a foothold in the unknown regions. We'd have access to Kilik craftsmanship, joiner information. Even without their military support, they would be invaluable.
I agree, but why bother with the diplomatic service when we could pull the strings ourselves?
An alliance built on manipulations can't last. We've done so before and seen the consequences. This needs to happen with the backing of those in power. And it needs to happen before someone else finds the colony.
However I can assist, say the word.
We'd ask you to sign off on the report. Other than that, we'll keep your offer in mind. Thank you.
Sure, man. I'm all for bringing a horrendous,
We heard back from the diplomatic service about our proposed alliance with
horde
the
of
Kilik colony. Our
insects.
report was soundly ignored. It seems we have less credibility than we thought.
You worked for them for years, and this is what you get.
We are twice compromised, no longer human, and no longer a diplomat. A colleague named Fulner S. sent the update on our report along with a message.
Well, what did it
He
say?
wants us to call him, accompanied by our handler. We believe he means you.
You worked with him in the diplomatic service.
Not directly. Eth spent his time with ex-Republic worlds, while our speciality was First Contact. We met several times at conferences and the like, but we wouldn't say we knew him. This should prove interesting.
Master Hideous, I'm so glad you got my message. How are you? How's Anya?
Anora. We haven't seen her in some time, but we hear she's well. And your son?
I'm stationed on Balmora, still hoping to join the Shadow Fist. And you must be the handler. It's a privilege to meet you. I want you to know I wouldn't try anything without your approval, but I'm hoping you'll loan out Vector to me.
Vector contacted you about a Kilik alliance. Why would you need him?
My superiors don't see the wisdom in Vector's advice. I do. Yet I lack the authority to force the issue.
Someone is blocking you?
Tarab, Sabini, the usual crew. If I'm to win them over, I need influence. Vector, with your ties from the service and the colony's knowledge, I could amass a string of victories. And the more I succeed through your consultations, the better chance your Kilik Imperial Alliance comes to pass.
What's your take on all this?
He wants us to play politics, but that is how things are accomplished.
Perceptive man. I'll be in touch with specifics.
Have fun, kids.
We appreciate your help, Agent. We'll make it worthwhile, to you, to the Empire, and to the colony.
I should hope so, otherwise I'll just have to blow things up. With explosives. As we do. Okay, everyone else back here still wanted to... Oh, Vector still wants to talk to us. Let's see what's happened in the past 5 minutes.
Agent, you recall we spoke to the diplomatic service about building an alliance between Empire and Kilix?
I do.
Fulner Eth, the man who offered his backing in return for our assistance, has asked us for his first favor.
What's our diplomat friend after?
Fulner wants our notes on various families and unaligned worlds in the Questal sector. He means to bring that sector into the Empire. We worked in Questal a long while, and we knew its people well. It's odd to see someone else take the reins.
You don't talk about your old life.
We don't often have a reason to think about it. We do miss negotiating, reaching out to understand people, synthesizing their needs. Diana of the Lesai Nest says that desire makes us a better joiner. It's only small comfort.
Okay, well...
You haven't forgotten your training. Even as Dawn Herald, you're an ambassador.
Perhaps. But seeing men like Fulner again, we think it's best if he handles negotiations. Apologies, Agent. This is something we need to think on more deeply. But we are glad you stand by us.
That's the power of teamwork.
You wanted something, Vector?
We do
Allies
not
are important to
neglect our
Valkeyn.
duties. We are Dawn Herald. We do this for the Nest. Agent, we've had another request from Fulner Eth, our ally inside the diplomatic service. We need to take a short leave.
I heard you talking to the emissaries of the Nest. Is everything all right?
Everything's fine. The distance from our kin is unusual and causes rifts. Fulner's stock is rising, but he needs further acclaim before he can push for a Kilik Imperial Alliance. He's asked us to visit a former Republic governor named Yogana Thanoth and win his cooperation by turning him into a joiner.
He joins the Nest, you learn everything he knows, and share it with the Empire. You can't blame Fulner for asking.
We'd hoped Fulner wanted us for our diplomatic skills, not for this. The joining should be a gift, but we will find a way.
Whatever you decide, I'll back you. Good luck.
Thank you.
And then he left forever. Goodbye, Vector. It was nice having you on board the ship. Don't worry, we'll replace you with...
Did you find your man?
You're back.
We spoke to the Republic governor. If you'll join us, we'll report the details to Fulner Eth.
My friends, it's been too long.
Like
Fulner,
3 minutes.
We assume you've heard from Fenoth.
He contacted me from an Imperial transport. Apparently, we promised to work with him. Not what I requested, but the service can make do.
There was no need to make him a joiner when he was amenable to discussion.
You haven't lost your touch as a diplomat, after all.
Not entirely, no.
You kept your promise. The Noth's assistance resulted in my promotion. I will keep my promise to you.
You'd better.
Some important people are waiting, Vector. They're very interested in a potential Kilik alliance.
And who could it
You
be?
arranged this?
As soon as I knew we could work together. Check the data I'm streaming to your main console.
Thank you, Fulner. Excuse us a moment, Agent.
So...
It's like talking to a bug wearing a man's skin. I don't know how you stand it.
He's a brave man and a loyal Imperial.
You can't be serious. Those creatures are anathema to everything the Empire stands for.
Are you sure?
There's no place for great men in a hive mind. Only animal instinct. I'll be relieved when you people finish this scheme and get rid of the colony for good.
What? That's not what was happening. But I'm not surprised.
Agent,
The Empire is short-sighted.
They don't understand yet, but they listened. The diplomatic service has requested my aid and wants to initiate relations with the colony.
Yeah.
Listen, Fulner Eth is keeping his deal, but he's repulsed by Kiliks. We can't trust him.
He admits it? We always did get an odd sense from him. It's out of his hands now, though. We should watch him, but we'll be focused on the future.
Speaking of the future...
Agent, we received a small gift from the diplomatic service in appreciation of our work with the Kiliks. A package of wine, meat, and breadfruit, all imported from the colony worlds. Not inexpensive, and a bit extravagant during wartime.
Check the package for listening devices. I don't need the diplomatic service spying on us.
Already done, but we'll double-check.
Thank you.
In the meantime, you're welcome to help yourself. We may as well enjoy the taste of progress.
I do love the taste of progress. What's next,
What do you
then?
have for me?
Encouraging news. Watch.
Don Herald,
A tiny
forgive
man.
the message, but our emissaries were out of reach and we couldn't wait to link with you. Imperial scout ships entered colony space and made contact yesterday. We traded in Membrosia, silk, and star maps. We could smell the men's fright, but they left in peace. Perhaps you were right after all.
A long way from a signed treaty, but it's a start.
Nice work, dude.
You and that joiner seem to get along.
Dazana is a nestmate, and we find her insight illuminating. We're in touch with the diplomatic service as well. There's still resistance, but we're progressing. Kiliks and Imperials may share space in our lifetime.
It could only improve the Empire. Well, okay, we still got more going on then.
What's going on?
Agent, in our work with the diplomatic service, we find ourselves talking to people we once knew. We've been contemplating this.
Hello, Vector. It's Honora. I don't know if you remember me, but Bryson said he thought you would, and I wanted to talk to you. I know things didn't end well, but I never forgot.
I know Nora
You
from a
need to
different
get out
story,
of
don't I?
there. Come back to Drummond Cast and we'll get you help. We can undo what the Kiliks did.
You don't
There are
get it
still
either.
people who care about you.
We've watched it 17 times and meditated to the static.
It can be difficult to be reminded of your past.
Can it? We were nearly engaged to Honora very long ago. We never considered that there are people who want us restored to what we were. But watching this, feeling nothing, we know we're no longer who we were when we loved her.
People change, even without becoming part Kilik. It's part of life.
Change is a
think you're right.
constant.
But we had to hear it from another. And we are content.
Is that good? Oh, wow. A lot of talking in this episode.
It is done, Agent.
I mean, it's going to be all talking in this
The
episode.
pulse of your heart. We can taste particles of solar radiation bead like dew on our lips. We have undergone the chrysalis of tranquility, and we are reborn.
I don't know what that means, but I'm glad you're excited.
The chrysalis is a ritual of the Dawn Herald. It makes us stronger, better able to face the enemies of the nest, and enhances our link to the universe.
Were you in a chrysalis and I didn't notice?
And we will fight alongside you.
How did you end up in a chrysalis without anyone noticing?
We have news, Agent.
What's the
We've
news?
been conferring lately with the ambassadors, moffs, speakers for the Sith, all with their own agendas and concerns, none with any love for the Kiliks. But we swayed a few, and found ways around others. Now the diplomatic service has agreed to seek a treaty.
You convinced these people all on your own?
We've been a diplomat longer than we've been Dawn Herald.
Of course.
Some of the nests are still reluctant, Horro and Manaan in particular, but all parties involved have agreed to a summit. We'll preside over the negotiations ourselves.
Hey, awesome.
I'm at your disposal. I want this to work.
So do we. Thank you, Agent. Imagine. Colony and Imperial representatives in one room. It shall be interesting.
Oh my goodness. Okay, fast forward and the colony thing has happened.
Agent, we've been speaking to
I
the
guess
nests in preparation for the Kilik Imperial Summit. They're so much in tune with their biology. The Colossalok are warriors as large as houses, and they're convinced the Empire should be crushed. But the Saras are weavers and shapers, and they're eager to trade.
I'd think you were used to Kilik quirks by now.
From our nest on Alderaan, yes. But the colony is so much greater. We should return to our preparations. We'll talk later.
Okay, it's later now.
We are set, Agent. Preparations for the Kilik Imperial Summit are underway, and the first ambassadors are arriving on site. We're meeting on Alderaan, in the House of Thule. We couldn't think of a more appropriate place.
Who'll be attending? What's the agenda?
Diana of the Tatooine Nest will be there, along with delegations from 11 more hives. Fulner will be among our people from the diplomatic service. More than any other Imperial, you've seen the nests and how they function. Your word could carry weight. Before we leave, we'd appreciate your honest assessment. One final report that we can present to the Imperial Summit attendees.
An alliance with the Kiliks would benefit the Empire immensely, and I'm not afraid to say so. I'll have a report to you by the time you reach Alderaan.
We look forward to it.
I don't know why that was a light side option, but whatever. Doesn't matter to me. I'm long past caring about light side, dark side
Agent,
stuff.
The summit is over.
That was fast.
It was not without incident. Diana of the Lesai Nest is dead.
I'm sorry to hear it. I know you felt a connection to Diana.
Yes, we did. Fulner, our contact in the diplomatic service, attempted to sabotage the proceedings.
No surprise
Diana
there.
was caught in an explosion, saving an ambassador. And when we traced it to Fulner, he had a speech prepared.
Damn you. Listen to them. Do you want to ally the Empire with these creatures? Everything they do defies what we stand for. The Kiliks are an abomination.
You can't say that about
Our
a people.
empire is based on the notion that a great individual rises to the top, and the lesser masses follow. The Kilik hive mind devours greatness, absorbs every possibility into a mire of primal instinct.
We found his words troubling, and his actions more so.
Well, understandably.
I expect that didn't help the talks.
No, but we reconvened after Fulner was gone. The colony allows billions of Kiliks and joiners to serve something greater.
Oh,
the Nest consciousness.
sudden shift.
Just as Imperials serve the Sith and the Emperor. That is what we told the others. That is how we signed a treaty between the Empire and the Kiliks.
Nice work, dude.
It's been a long time coming, but you made it happen.
Both sides will open their borders to trade. Protocols will be set for military and diplomatic contact. You and Daizana, even Fulner, you all brought us to this point. Our future is hopeful.
Things are looking bright. Let's enjoy it while it lasts.
We end a verse in the Song of the Universe. Soon, we will hear another.
Cool, dude. Cool. Oh, even that's not the end of it. I kind of assumed...
Vector, what's going on?
It's strange. Since the summit, our mind keeps drifting back to diplomacy, but we have nowhere to apply our skills. Still, we should be grateful Kilik-Imperial relations are going well. And it's time we rededicated ourselves to your work.
Making allies is vital to what we do. I need you as a diplomat more than I need a soldier.
I've got
We
Cleo
don't
for
intend
that.
to stop being a diplomat. We've been privileged over these past months. Until opportunity comes again, on to the less glamorous job we signed up for.
And even that's not all. But wait, there's more.
Yes, Vector?
Agent, we'll never be a great spy or covert assault operative. But you've helped us to be a diplomat and a Dawn Herald. You've been a brother to us, and we're thankful for your guidance.
There aren't many people I trust to save my life. I'm glad to have you at my side.
We received a message from the Kiliks. The colony embraces the Imperial Alliance, and offered us the chance to become Dawn Herald to all nests.
Damn!
We refused, as our priorities are clear.
Oh.
We'll work with you and defend your legacy until the end.
Well, I mean... I would have been okay with you taking it, man. That's a huge thing that you could have taken on there.
Greetings, Master.
Hey,
You're looking
Tuvi.
fit and deadly, as always.
Good, good. Loken. Dr. Low-Key. No one in here. Alright, so Loken and Temple are gonna have to wait. It's time to go to Manaan. Where is Manaan? There's Manaan. Take me to there. Okay, we're here now. Gonna pop down to the planet's surface, and when we return, more on Manaan. Till then, all the best.